Welcome to the Outsider's Edge. It's your boy, True G Main. I got a special guest today, a Metro superstar, if I should say so myself. One that I got to see come up from the bottom to the top. And the only reason I say the bottom, because this is a family member. And I feel like, what I'm saying, we go through a whole lot as a family. Just sometimes we get so proud not to tell people where we been, we don't get to tell people where we going. So at this moment, I'd like to introduce Miss Tiffany J with no space.
I guess that was the cue to turn on the camera.
Yeah, but you know good.
Um, I don't know, just excited for you to lead the interview. I'm just anxious.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead. I'll be so transparent on my show. So I'd have rushed all day to get me a webcam, and this how the shit look.
I- How to do what?
I got a new webcam because I got a new computer.
Oh, okay.
That's why I look like this on the show today. So we gonna get it right, but this is deeper than this. Because I should have just been on my laptop, and I kind of am on a laptop too, but trying to just space out. That's
I
like that's gonna get somewhere in the other in the interview. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start
okay.
out. I'm gonna just start off right there. How many devices do you have?
How many devices?
Not
Uh,
not as in the grand world scheme, but I mean phone, tablet,
I mean,
computer.
I got a phone, I got an iPad, I got I guess technically three MacBooks. I don't use all three. One is like really, really old where I kind of had to replace that one, but I mean it still turned on. So I guess I got three MacBooks. I got a Mac Mini that I want to be using more, but I'm locked out of it.
Mhm.
Um, when I moved, because my old Wi-Fi is what the Wi-Fi last was on it.
Yeah.
I can't log in without it being connected to Wi-Fi. So I hadn't even had time to research how to reset it all the way so that I can be using that more. So I mean,
Oh,
I got a good bit of devices. I'm a techie, so and I work on a computer, so I go through devices quickly because I use a computer like I use a computer 20, 18 hours a day.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
18 hours a day. I'm on some type of device.
So how much sleep you getting in there if you on the computer
I mean,
18 hours?
I sleep about six hours a day.
So you straight off the computer to go to sleep.
I mean, it depends. All my days don't look the same. Like I don't have a 9 to 5, so I'm like if I'm at school and I'm teaching, I might be in front of my classroom but I also teach graphics. So
Yeah.
I'm on a device there. Like
Okay. I
if
understand because
yeah, if I'm on stage or something or speaking at obviously I'm not on a computer at that point, but 10 to 18 hours a day I'm on a computer. And like when I leave home and I'm not taking my stuff with me, it stays open. So sometimes um I think my mama think I'm on Facebook sometimes because
right.
that green light will be on, even like in the middle of the night. But it's just because my laptop up. Don't mean I'm sitting in front of it.
Oh, of course.
I never turn it on.
I know that as a man, we know that. We know that don't mean you own, but since it's on, we gonna hit you up anyway, so you better cut it off. That's
Yeah, so it just be open. I hardly shut down my computer.
yeah. That's
Hardly.
yeah. So like, all right, I'm gonna jump into what I really had to plan for the interview at this point,
Okay.
and I kind of threw it on the timeline, you know,
Okay.
on the interview. Uh, I gotta grab my other phone, but I pretty much can know where I can start. Can
Okay.
you tell these people your earliest memory of meeting your big cousin Todd?
Earliest memory?
Yeah, Like when could you
I
really say when did you say, oh, this Todd, he gonna be here for a while?
I mean, I don't have a memory of like I just always no, I don't have a memory of that. I do know when y'all granddaddy passed and your aunt uh she was saying how me and Brittany used to like fight over you as our
Yeah.
cousin. I don't remember those memories, but they said they existed. But I don't remember I don't remember like it's you just always been
Yeah.
I mean, we only 2 years apart.
Right.
So
Well,
so for me to remember anything less than
but for
2
you,
years old,
honestly, knowing I'm older than you know what I have to say though? My
I don't
earliest memories of you is Sierra being a baby. I don't know
so yeah,
where
that's like with me being two. Like
I,
at that point, yeah,
yeah,
you four, so I really wouldn't have no memory of of that.
yeah,
So like I don't even remember granddaddy.
yeah.
He died when I was two, but I don't remember him at all.
But see, I was supposed to get in there too. But I was 5 and I had to stay I stayed at the grandma house with Uncle James
Yeah.
during the funeral.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember him at all.
Yeah. So, all right, we went there. Earliest memory, we family, 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 family. I was gonna also say in that one on that family note,
Uh-huh.
I think you the female in the family who look most like granddaddy.
I can see that because um my mama feel like she looked like him.
Hmm.
Um but like so I'm real big on like genealogy.
Yeah, I remember we was talking
And
to her about it at one time.
yeah, I've stopped like doing research over the last couple months, but like last year sometime I was
Mhm.
literally going through so many ancestry files and but even before that, I used to search the public library's yearbook system
Yeah.
and trying to see who old yearbook pictures I could find. I could never find a Booker T. Washington yearbook picture grandma.
Mhm.
But I ended up finding what's crazy is I found her seventh grade picture from Book, but it was in Booker Washington High School because she was in the seventh grade when my grandmama on my daddy's side was in 12th grade.
Okay.
And Grandma Margaret's seventh grade picture looked just like Kendall. Like, no lie. I save the stuff in my computer when I find it. But I couldn't find any of her high school pictures. But granddaddy, I found his ninth, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade pictures from C.A. Johnson.
Yeah.
And it
Granddaddy went to see Ed Johnson.
you went to C.A. Johnson. And
Okay.
all four of them pictures, you can tell it's the same person, but he looked like somebody different in the
In the
family,
family.
all four of the pictures.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Granddaddy be so mentally in there to where he wasn't looking the same all the time. And
Yeah,
I realized that sometimes I be like, everybody be like, Ty, you always so mean. You never smile. You never smile. And this was like, because you never talk to me. Like, if I'm talking to you and I feel comfortable with you, I'm naturally going to smile. I'm not going to worry
right,
about my mouth or nothing like that. You just going to be free with somebody. But
right.
people who really don't know you and you being reserved, like, you know
I
what I'm
mean, people
saying?
tell me I don't smile a lot either.
But it's like
It's
that
just a natural.
everybody don't supposed to get that. Like,
I
it's
mean,
like
yeah, but it's a natural face. I'm not trying to look mean. I just got a natural,
right,
like,
but
fake
listen,
face.
I look at it like this. I'm addressing the world. So that means you might be cute over there, whatever, whatever, but the whole world out here. So you know what I'm saying? I ain't it ain't no smiling happy go lucky unless it is. You know what I'm saying? Like people be thinking, why you don't be smiling when you see me? It's like I'm living my life. You living yours. All right, so I'm about to jump in here. I found to figure out which phone my notes was on. I hope we ain't too far in the interview. Uh I gotta wait till tomorrow. Yesterday. All right, Tip. We talked about growing up. Do you remember when the family used to have talent shows for the cousins?
No.
Okay, so look, Tiffany, you was a part of this. Now you gotta ask Keisha
Now, I remember me, Sierra, and Tariq always used to do TLC stuff, but
but
I don't
listen, this
know
what I'm
what's
saying.
going on talent show.
We used to do full out everybody in the family, like it might have been like a cookout or something.
Mhm.
All the aunties there, and we all have to do our little act. For real. I'm telling you, we used to have to do talent shows, man. We used to do it
No, I
all,
believe it.
and they'll judge us and all.
Oh,
But y'all was just barely growing up. I'm talking
yeah,
about we were doing this,
I barely remember that.
but you do remember when we used to have the sleepovers.
Yeah,
Well, y'all ain't never get to go to nobody's house, but we used to always come to y'all house. So
yeah.
I so I wanted to make a point about the interview to shout out to Uncle Rick. Because
Uh,
everybody used to be scared of Uncle Rick. Hey, everybody was scared of Uncle Rick because he got a no nonsense attitude. Like he not playing with nobody. So me and Justin was the only ones who come over there. And he,
Booley used to come too.
well,
Booley
maybe,
used to be
yeah.
with us all the time too.
So we come over there and the show. I don't know if you know what I did about the show, if you've been following, but we gonna jump straight in there. Show is about wrestling fans.
I
So
used to watch
it's
WWE
it's
with
the outside, yeah, it's the outsider's edge. But no, we was WCW fans. Your daddy loved the Four Horsemen.
him. Okay.
He like Arn Anderson, Ric Flair, all them. I like Sting.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know nothing about a storyline and wrestling being fake.
Mhm.
So they played to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm always thinking Sting gonna win, Sting gonna win, Sting gonna win.
Uh-huh.
Knowing Sting is gonna get beat up real bad and whatever. So what? Just get over it. Like, but that's the earliest memory, not the earliest memory. That's one of the memories I want to touch on in the thing. But we used to come over there on the actually where you know what I'm saying, the area where your dad stay now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like we used to come over there. I remember wrestling events from there, and I remember that's my first Final Four I saw.
Okay.
It was like North Carolina, and I'm not sure if North Carolina won because this is around the time when North Carolina would get a championship. It might have been the year that they didn't win though. But I remember the Final Four. Your daddy having the party at your house, everybody being over there.
Okay.
This is the Final Four. What you think about these girls? You think they got a chance? What you feeling? You ain't watch?
I ain't watching like that, but they gotta I saw Plies saying they gotta stay out that TikTok and put their head in the game. Like
Yeah.
it's it's to the point where like I feel like they might be overly confident because of the past track record, but they got to realize they got to still work as hard as they need
Yeah.
to. And they can't just think just because they got these titles in the past that's just gonna follow them. So hopefully it's like they skated on by this getting in the final four, but they got to
At
make
some point, you got to play basketball.
yeah, you gotta get back like
Yeah.
for real, your head in the game because you can't skate off that stuff from last year, that undefeated. You already
Yeah.
got
This
that.
ain't even the same team no
Right,
more.
right. So we hopeful they made it again. I think what is this like their fifth year in Final Four straight back?
Yeah.
So they made it there, but they got to keep their head in the game to make it all the way.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I always like the team. Like I'm a fan of USC overall, a fan of the home team, even though I didn't go there or anything. It's just
Right,
like I kind of favor them.
right,
So probably over Clemson, just to say. You know what I'm saying? So it's like them getting Malaysia, and I'm not gonna go into Malaysia not playing or whatever like that, but she's gotta deal with Steph Curry.
Right. I think them Clippers.
She's one of the most successful college basketball players in history already.
Right. And it's just
Whether you let her start, come off the bench, she is history.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah. Like,
all these boys got the opportunity to do the same things that she went out here and did. But
uh-huh.
she went out there and got that for herself.
Right.
So to hold her down is not right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
But at the same time, sometimes don't make
you
it so,
teaching, but you're gonna teach to the point of losing your championship.
yeah, so it's not necessarily, it's not always about like man-made awards though. So I understand what you're
But
saying.
Don, if you saying Don is trying to risk this championship to sit
I'm not
Malaysia on the
saying she's
bench.
trying to risk the championship. What I'm trying to say is that sometimes, like, end of the day, Malaysia is still technically a child, like technically adult, but still technically a child. Sometimes when somebody is used to consistently winning and never losing, like when they finally lose, if they're not given the lessons early on to know how to keep picking up, and or not, you can't
Yeah,
play right now, or this ain't your season, like they not might not know how to handle that just in life, period.
yeah.
So I understand not showing the favoritism all the time or making the decision against what everybody's saying put her in.
In
I
that,
think the natural response, like, yeah, we need her in the game, but you got to use wisdom too when it comes down to making sure your roster is rotated fairly and making sure everybody getting, court time, even if it means you might take a L real quick. But
yeah,
if you see yourself getting championship, you make those last minute calls
yeah.
to put in what's needed. But I
And her
think,
contract says she ain't going nowhere.
yeah, and I think it's needed for like Malaysia to sit down sometimes, only to keep her in a state of humility and to preserve her energy and like her body and stuff. Like, we don't want to overwork her. She might not be overworked right now,
Right.
but we want to depend, like everything's depending on her. That's a lot to carry too.
Yeah.
If everybody's like, no, we need Malaysia to win the game, we need her to play the whole game.
So
That's too
in
much on her.
in that tip, your personality, do you go down with the ship?
Do my personality go down with the ship?
No. Is your personality go in line with the thinking? You ever heard of the saying, go down with the ship?
Oh yeah, if that's what it, like, it's a team thing. Like, if we
You
all
feel
gonna lose, we all lose. Like that's
me?
that come with the
Like
territory.
you ain't gonna take that halftime trade to go to the other team and get a win.
No, like that's just a part of the life cycle.
Yeah,
We all got to take that L at some point.
yeah.
Like, regardless of what game we playing, like even if it's life, everybody got to know how to take an L and keep moving. That's the point. Like, if an L is gonna stop you completely, that means you got way more work to do.
All right, back to wrestling. Who was your favorite wrestler? And I know you got to have a favorite wrestler. As much as your daddy watch wrestling, you ain't
My
got
dad
no favorite
watched
wrestler.
wrestling, but I didn't watch wrestling. I know he watched it, but I ain't never sat there and watched wrestling.
You ain't never watch.
I ain't never sat there and watched wrestling.
So you don't
I
know
don't
no
even watch
wrestler. You
football. I
don't.
don't even know football.
All you know is Stone Cold and The Rock.
I don't even know.
You ain't never seen them
I don't
wrestle.
even. I mean, I've seen them, but to see them wrestle for it, no. He used to watch Monday. I remember Monday Night Wrestling.
So you don't know no moves.
I don't know no moves.
I challenge you to go watch wrestling with Uncle Rick, man. I challenge you to
I'm
go
not.
watch wrestling. Go watch wrestling with Uncle Rick, man.
I'm not interested.
Hey, when everybody else was scared, I had to go over there. And you know he
I,
going you know he was going hey, I was big, but I wasn't never big than Uncle Rick in them days. So shit.
I
They
heard my
were
watching
They
wrestling all the time, but
all them is like my big brothers, my uncles. Like
mhm.
they beat me up, throw me out the door, whatever they want to do. But it's what made me.
I
You know
mean,
what I'm saying? I know your cousin Lewis and Chantel, all them can tell you the same stories. That shoot, that's how they raised us. Hit us
right.
in the head. Shoot.
But yeah, I ain't never watched wrestling. I don't have a football team.
You gotta start watching wrestling, man.
He probably still watch it.
I know he watch it. I know for a fact. Like, you don't
I can
stop.
remember him watching it, but I ain't never watched
You gotta watch it. He used to like Ron Anderson and Ric Flair. Ask him about the Four Horsemen.
it. Okay.
Say Todd said, tell me about the Four Horsemen.
All right, we'll see.
All right, so let me get back in this thing, man. I think we got a good interview going already, Tip, man. Tell them where you located on social media.
Uh, on pretty much every platform, my handle is I am Tiffany J, except on Instagram it's super dope chick. Everything else is I am Tiffany J though. So that's Facebook, that's TikTok, that's Twitter, that's YouTube, uh, whatever social media is out there except Instagram. I am Tiffany J.
All right, how can we find the No Space Gang? And if the No Space Gang
Oh,
ever
no
going
space thing.
is the No Space Gang ever gonna have an album without Tiffany J?
Oh, without me?
Yeah. Is the No Space Gang that tight?
Um, so I feel like the question should be, will the No Space Gang have an album with me first? Because that don't
Yeah.
exist.
Okay, so
So,
album. So
so,
I know you got Tiffany J and the No Space Gang,
but
but
not an album.
so y'all ain't come with the album yet.
No.
I'm talking ahead.
Oh yeah,
I'm just a
band
fan.
don't
I'm
have
just a fan. Okay.
the
So
band don't have an album. So like my band, well, first of all, the band is on Instagram. Is the Instagram is Tiffany J dot no space gang. But literally my band is so we started the band before the year started,
mhm,
but our first gig wasn't until February.
yeah.
So it ain't even been 2 months since our first show. Our first time, literally, our
Okay.
very first.
But it seemed like I knew about this since I knew about this since you thought of it. Like it's like, certain people like you can't even put an idea out there. Like
Yeah,
you can't even like you see it coming. Like
yeah.
in little
So
ways.
what happened was when I performed, right before I performed at Jubilee Festival last year. Jubilee Festival was in September. And I made a Facebook post asking people, like, if I come up with a band name, what should their name be? And some people was like, I think I might have
I
said No
remember that
Space
post.
Gang. And then some people was like, somebody said the Soul Birds. Like it was other little names thrown out there. I like Soul Birds, but I feel like if I had like just a singing group with background singers,
Mhm.
I think Tiffany J and Soul Birds sound a little bit better than me talking about the band. Um, but I came up with the name and then I designed some t-shirts that said Tiffany J and No Space Gang. It's only my face on them, but I designed them in that style of the graphic, where everybody having the multiple pictures of themselves on it.
Yeah.
So I designed those for us to wear at Jubilee Festival before I had an official band. So the people that played and sang for me at that performance wore those shirts. And I didn't pick the people in my band to after that performance. And those not even the same people that
All
some
right.
of
So
them are the same people, but everybody that performed at that festival is not even in my band.
Gotcha. So listen, you know, I'm like an intentionally selfish artist, right?
Uh-huh.
What can True G Mane and Fanucci Splash do to get in those place game sometimes on a couple songs?
On a cover song? On a couple song?
On a couple
What
songs, we come through with this no space game sometimes. Like we just be Hey, we don't want y'all to say that's us. Like, you know what I'm saying? We just back there. We jump out there, spit our little verse, and go back in the back. You know what I'm saying?
We gotta create something that go with that. What I
But we
had,
ain't never create from. I got my setup now, Tip. So,
I mean, I'm saying we gotta create music that fit what the band as a whole do. I had
but
to.
no, that's what I'm saying. So we gotta create. See, I can't. I know I can't get in no space game because I can't even get Tip and J yet. And you just say you can't get in no space game without Tip and J.
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. Like, no space game is not as a group don't exist without me, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Now, if they
Oh,
decide,
I'm saying, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna be the fan that say I need to see a face to no face game. I need to
now,
see who they is.
if that's now they have faces. Like, don't
That's
get
what
me
I'm saying.
wrong. The people that's in
They
those
just don't. They just
games
not. They're not
have
vocalists.
faces. They not vocalists. They just instrumentalists, but they only exist as a unit with me.
Okay,
Now,
so
if they
listen.
decide, let me hold on. If they decide, if those same four people want to do something collectively together without me, I need them to use another name.
Oh man, you treacherous.
I'm like they can get together and do something else, but they need to go up under another name.
So
But it comes down to like when No Space Gang gonna do an album by themselves. Like I hadn't even done an album with them yet because it's still fresh. And to be honest, we just trying to make sure we can lock in and it's gonna last and it's gonna go somewhere.
yeah,
Cause like literally we've been doing shows just February and March. And that's not enough time to say we still learning, getting in the groove with each other. Like we ain't had no perfect gig yet. Not saying that we gonna have a perfect gig, but we've had a lot of
there
little,
is no perfect gig.
yeah, there ain't no such thing as perfect gig, but we've had a lot of little hiccups that shouldn't have been happening in these shows that the audience might not see. But like when you get to a certain point, you certain stuff shouldn't be happening over and over.
Right.
So we're just trying to make sure the unit lasts. And to be honest, the reason I created No Space Gang is because I never had a band of my own. Like this is the very first time I had a band that I can say is my band. Now,
Yeah.
mind you, some of the people in the band are also in other bands together. Those four collectively aren't like a whole band outside of that, but many of them are in other bands with each other already.
Mhm.
Like my keyboard player, my drummer are both in Rod Foster and Company, and they in Happy Accidents, and they in Underground Station together. My
Okay.
keyboard player, my guitar player are also in Sway and the Apostrophe, and like they already play outside of me. But if those four, TJ, Rich, Prayline, and John go somewhere and say they a band, they cannot be No Space Gang unless I'm there. Because to be honest, and this is not a cocky thing at all, because I'm not cocky, but nobody cares about No Space Gang if I'm not attached. And they not doing any like I'm the only person pushing the brand as a whole anyway. So first of all, they not even about to be booking themselves because they not about to do their work.
On the outsider's edge, it's your boy True G man with motherfucking Tiffany J. Wilder. What did J stand for?
All that wasn't necessary, but J is stand for Joyce.
Okay. It
It
wasn't
stands for
necessary.
Joyce, but the whole government name.
Yeah. So,
But
yeah. All right, so look,
mhm.
music. I'm gonna go back to the thing. But when you making a song, right?
Uh-huh.
When you think about making a song, as they say, we getting closer to the time. But as you think when you think about making a song, I'm gonna show my ignorance and intelligence at the same time. Who is your favorite secular artist?
Um in terms of thinking about making a song or just in general
that you'll listen to.
that I listen to. My favorite, um, for a long time it was Music Soul Child. And then once Jasmine Sullivan came along, it became Jasmine Sullivan.
But right now, there is
Right.
not.
Right now, I mean, I probably listen to Music Soul Child more than I listen to Jasmine Sullivan like right now.
You heard that new Will Smith though.
I did hear,
But
honestly, to be honest, I ain't listened to the whole record yet, but I heard a couple songs.
you. What
I mean,
about?
first
All right,
I'm a cheer for Will
all
Smith
right,
regardless if I
you
heard it or
gonna
not.
cheer. All right, so you gonna cheer for Will Smith. All right, so what about I see you comment about the Big Desk concert. People
About
act people act like the Big Desk concert did not happen.
no, that was I think that was real clever for April Fool's Day.
I
I
don't
think
care
that
what
was
day it
clever.
was. It opened doors.
No, I mean I know, but the it was intentional. Like it was intentional to use something like that for April Fools.
But
Um,
I
display.
guarantee you it's gonna go so viral that he's going to make an album.
Now I don't negate that, but it's gonna be comedy is gonna be the genre.
Yeah, it's
So
gonna be comedy.
I'm not mad at that at all.
All right,
I don't
so
think it's gonna
what?
open the door for other comedians to
All
come do a
right,
yes, that is perfect.
so is your music like contemporary?
I call my well, honestly, my music is neo soul, even though I don't like that term.
What? You know what neo mean?
I know it means new, but I I don't like the term. I never did.
But
Like
listen, all right, so listen. All right, so I ain't got much time, so I'm going ahead and lock in with you. Like, you ain't know we was gonna be talking like this. What I'm trying to say is, I want you to sing like if you was the Howling Wolf yourself. I need you to lock in with these people, and I need you to sit up here and look like Rayshard as you do right now, and go in
go in on what?
everything. Give the world the album that we're looking for. Don't let nobody cross you out. Don't let nobody say you wrong. Just go. Just
I mean,
freestyle. Just
feel
freestyle. Big
if
dance.
I
Big
feel
dance.
that
Tiffany
makes
J,
sense,
no space. Big dance. Big dance with Tiffany J, no space. I see it, man. Come on, what we doing?
if I feel that makes sense, then I will.
Man, come on,
But see
man.
the thing is, so this is my issue. Like I've already done the Tiny Desk style. I didn't call it Tiny Desk, but it was called Soul Burn Sessions. I've done stuff like that. That's on my YouTube channel. If like the stuff I've already done ain't getting the traction,
Hey,
the
why
investment it
wouldn't
takes to
you?
keep
All
doing
right, so
stuff.
why wouldn't you host the event and let the No Space Game do another artist? Background music, just freestyle, event.
So
Like,
I can't say this because this is for public to see.
yeah.
I'm working on something like that with a station. Sober Sessions is about to be a TV show. It's not necessarily No Space Game though. That's the backing band, but I am working on something like that. However, when you do stuff like that, what I don't feel people understand is it takes a lot of investment and time. And a lot
Yeah.
of people, push ideas on you and say, do this and do that. But you can get easily depleted when you giving and giving and giving and doing and doing and doing. And when you the only backbone that's pushing and promoting and you literally hiring everybody, that gets draining.
All right, I'm getting close because I'm gonna hit you with the quick hitters. Um, you won the TI thing with Super Beauty.
Hmm.
You told me he wanted you to put his daughter in or something, and overall, I ain't nothing much more. I definitely want to say that we just lost Auntie Angie Stone.
Mm-hmm.
And I know how close she was to you and how you've been going through all them people talking trash and you know what I'm saying, just being on the rude nature that the internet was on sometimes. And
Mm-hmm.
I know you so strong that I could see that you came through that. And even though that I could only send like I know it's just not just me, but as we your supporters, all we could do was send you our well wishes while
Mm-hmm.
you go through these things. For people like me,
Mm-hmm.
I don't even get the attention. So you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I couldn't go up there and sing at nobody funeral. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about if it wasn't nobody I didn't even know, I couldn't go do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I respect what you do, and I know that your time gonna come. Whether just like I feel like me, it's just like I feel like what we've been working to do is inevitable to come out, and
I agree.
that's why I'm just asking you to like more so not just freestyle, but control freestyle. That means do it to yourself. You go in the room and scream if you got to, and see what you come out with once you take your mind to it. With them different, you know what I'm saying? With them different highs and lows or different times of the year. Give us that Tiffany J album where she'll say she'll cuss like Will Smith cussing now.
we
One
shall
time, one time,
we shall see.
if our family
I
was
I
if
got
our family was Cadillac Records.
We shall see. That's just not easy. Not the task, but it's just not easy for me to say, all right, I'm do that because I just feel like I've done so much, and it's more that go into doing than doing.
Do you
And
see
like
another
my
do you see another Miss Wilmer project?
mind, if I'm honest, no.
Miss Wilmer can't I got a couple songs.
I
I
mean,
I need the feature. Can
anybody
I
can
get the
have a
feature?
couple songs. It
Can
takes
I get the
more than
feature? Can I get
it
the
takes
feature?
more than talent. Like it takes
But
more
can I get the
a
feature?
willingness.
But can I get the feature?
I don't see it's come. I mean, you can ask her.
And you know she already know I've been asking. You know they been dodging me for years.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see it happening. I don't
I
see it
know
happening.
Auntie Jean ain't gonna let me get the feature.
Yeah, I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. But like, I don't oppose none of the ideas. It's my mindset. I'm just way past the thought of only creating it nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be thinking past the creation point, which ain't always good, but I think about what to do once created. And like that stuff gotta be wise decisions too.
You know, at the beginning of Scarface, that was like the truest part of the movie. I was watching it today. It was saying in 1980, I guess, Fidel Castro sent a whole bunch of refugees over here to get with
Hmm.
their family. And my pops calling me right here.
Hmm.
What's up there?
Tell me you about to log off. It's about to cut you off.
We about to cut off in a couple seconds. I'm on the show right now. I'm hit you right back. I'm hit you right back. All right. Yeah, I figured we only got like 2 or 3 more minutes, but he definitely called in there. I didn't announce this.